Hey everyone, welcome back to the Eurovision podcast. It's Conor and Lou here. We have just watched the rehearsals for semi-final 2 of the Eurovision Song Contest 2025. Ireland's semi-final, of course. Can't wait to see the proper thing tomorrow. But Conor, we've survived another evening of rehearsal footage.
Just about, lads. Tonight, the amount of technical difficulties that they had in Switzerland between stages not being ready, I think there was probably 6 or 7 or maybe 8 times they had to delay going from the postcard into the actual performance, and a lot of camera angle issues as well, like cameras being in shot. So the show was slightly just delayed this evening, so hence why we're about 10 minutes behind schedule. But don't come for us. Don't come for us. It's been a busy evening. We had an extra song as well. But yeah, semi-final 2, we finally have seen it all and are ready to give our thoughts on it, Lou, I guess.
We are, and I'm going to start this off. Well, first of all, hi everyone. Hi to Owen, hi to Mackin, hi to Suti, hi to Jay McHugh, hi to Stan, everybody on that YouTube chat. Hiya Saoirse on the Instagram chat. Hiya Picture This Girl. Hiya Erica. Hi everyone. Yes, semi-final 2. We watched the rehearsal tonight, and I just want to say shout out to Conor for being such a good friend, because I genuinely nearly fell asleep. I am also experiencing that, like, it happens every Wednesday of Eurovision week. I always say this, that like midweek Eurovision exhaustion. And it doesn't help that, I'm not gonna lie, I think this is actually a terrible semi-final.
Oh,
The flow, the first kind of half is just like, oh Jesus, this running order is shocking. I was in bits, and he went and he got me a Coke, and now I've been revived. I'm like Jesus at Easter. It's unbelievable. But yeah, maybe a bit of a hot take. I'll be interested to see what everyone thinks tomorrow. I found this very long. I found Monday and Tuesday semi-final 1 flew by in the blink of an eye, and there was, the odd entry I wasn't mad about, but then another banger, another big hitter would come. It was tricky to really watch that flow of songs. I wouldn't be surprised if the viewership drops a bit tomorrow throughout semi-final 2. So hey, maybe a good thing that Emmy comes on earlier for Ireland. What did you think, Conor?
yeah, I don't know again if it's just because it is Wednesday and is that midweek dip, but I was very close to like maybe suggesting that we take a break tonight. Like that's how tired I am going into this. But look, the commitment is there. We're going and we're doing it. And yeah, it was a very, very long semi final. I don't know if it was the songs or the flow of it. I don't really know. Yeah, I was kind of waiting for it to get to the end, and I think I don't know if it's just because we're so hardcore fans. We've seen a lot of this, and some of the favorites early on were maybe not performing as we expected, and I just kind of left thinking that this is a very wide open semi final after tonight.
Mm.
I'm sure we'll go into a more detail really, but yeah, I was left thinking, wow, semi final 2 was weak.
Yeah.
Overall, yeah.
And I think it could be a free-for-all with who's going to qualify.
That's the exciting bit, I guess.
Yeah.
For tomorrow night, you don't really know who's going to qualify, but it really just shows you that anything can happen. And obviously, we saw it last night with semi-final 2 or semi-final 1. The results overall, that just because the bookies are saying you're out, the fans are saying you're out, doesn't mean that you are out. Ultimately, it comes down to the overall result. But yeah, it was tonight. Definitely, I'm going into tomorrow night thinking anyone is in play.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
For sure. Like semi 1, it felt as though there were maybe like 8-ish locks that were untouchable. And then it was kind of that there was 2 to 3 spots up for grabs.
Mm-hmm.
And that is sort of how it ended up being. Whereas, who knows what is going to happen tomorrow? I think there are very few locks for me at this moment in time. Conor, do we want to mix things up today? Do we want to talk through it by the running order, or do we want to go back to our usual top 3 of the semi like we did on Monday? I don't know what flow is best for this semi-final.
Whatever's quickest, because
Maybe running order.
I say, lads, tonight's going to be a quick-ish stream because last time we were on until about 12:30. So, get your questions in now, and we'll do them as we talk about the country.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll dedicate some time for Ireland specifically once we get it to, but we'll focus on running order, I guess, now.
Yeah, well, Ireland's number 3, so we'll get there
Early on.
pretty soon. And yeah, if you're asking us about countries in the chat, bear with us. We will try and touch on everyone, I guess. Australia, the opener. This was, I feel it was strong. I feel like there was a performance there. There was stuff happening. So just to explain, I suppose, a lot of you will probably have seen the rehearsal clip of Gojo on the milkshake man, steps into the blender in the white overalls, steps out with his kind of little denim overall with a bit more chest showing, kind of like that glow up coming out of the blender, haven't had the milkshake. He then later on in the song has an interaction with one of the dancers, and she's got like a scarf over her head and big glasses, and she's looking a bit doddery. Pulls her into the blender. She has a glow up with this diner style outfit. And towards the end of the song, then he comes out to the B stage, and then his top comes off completely, doesn't it? He's shirtless for the end.
And leaves a lot on show for the rest of them as well.
Does. I think, though, just going off my feeling, right? I didn't love it. I didn't think it was an amazing opener. Maybe I'm just not the audience, though. I didn't feel like the energy was peak. I think I remarked afterwards that the blender itself was quite impressive, but it feels as though maybe they spent quite a bit of budget on the blender, and then the rest of the stage for me felt very, very empty. And we kept being pulled to the back of the stage because of the blender. And I was just maybe wanting a little bit more going on around the stage and seeing a little bit more of the audience. But another thing we should actually add is, and we said this on Monday, the audience sound was really weird. Like, again, we couldn't hear much of the audience, which really sucked. For when I say sweet, sweet, you say yum, yum. Like, there was just no audience saying yum, yum. It was the backing track, which just sucked. So I'm hoping tomorrow maybe we'll hear more, because I think Tuesday was better than Monday. We hope.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So that was kind of another thing which threw me off. I was hoping for more of that audience interaction. Look, we're also watching on a slightly glitchy stream. It just didn't land for me this time. Maybe tomorrow the energy is really, really going to come in semi-final 1. And I know we have a lot of Aussie friends and Aussie stans in the chat. Aoife asks, how do they do the costume change? Wondering how seamless it is. It's pretty seamless. Like, there's smoke and, you don't see them awkwardly clambering or anything like that. So
it's basic though. They literally rip it off him. Like, it's not anything dramatic. It's not a costume change that we'll talk about later on that we see with another performance. It's very
costume
much
changes actually.
It's very much a basic costume change. Like, they just tear off the top. Like, nothing major.
What do you think about Australia, Connor?
Australia for me, I think the biggest issue with this performance for me was the vocal. And I think, like you said, Lou, overall, I think I'm going to take the vocals on this rehearsal as with a pinch of salt, because the stream we were watching was quite dodgy, and Monday night had the same issues. And it's rehearsal, of course. But vocally, I thought he was not strong. I thought he wasn't. How do I describe this nicely? It wasn't that it was like lack of energy, but it just felt as if the studio has the certain effect on you when you're listening to it, whereas on the live performance, it's just as if he's kind of half cut drink singing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's had a few jars, he's gone around the stage, I'm sweet, sweet, you say yum, yum, and you're kind of like, what the hell's going on?
The karaoke
bit, not even that. I think it's actually worse than that. Like, it's not even karaoke level. Like, it's literally just as if he's, I won't say it because it's mean. But yeah, I didn't like the staging. I thought it was quite strange. I'm putting it through. I do think it will qualify, but it wouldn't shock me if people just did not get this. And I think it's a really strange opener for semi-final 2, to be honest. I would not have had this opening the semi-final. And as well, like, we talked about Wild Youth in 2023 with that package that was on show, and you know what I'm referring to. This year,
the full staging package, yeah.
This year, like, the package is back, and it's like, if to give him the benefit of the doubt, Wild Youth, like, I think this is kind of on that same level. Like, you're seeing a lot, lads. So,
I didn't even notice that, actually.
Jesus, I did, and it's just like, I don't know. It was, yeah. It just wasn't a lovely opening like Iceland was in 2020, in 2021. on Tuesday night in semi-final one. I just thought it was a bit of a weird opening, but again, energy wise, bit down. But it's a rehearsal. But yeah,
That's true. That's true. He could bring it
strange one.
tomorrow. Ellen saying, I just want us to qualify. I don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. for another NQ. I'm proud of this entry regardless. And he definitely should be. And if we're talking about qualification, I just I don't have a clue. Am I too tired to predict? I feel like its odds are very 50-50 at this moment in time. I just think the first half of the semi in general is it's so off-putting. Like the flow of songs doesn't work for me. A lot of them are quite forgettable by the end. It like I'm gonna have a spoiler for later. It does feel like Erica Vickman, please save us as we get towards the end of semi-final two. So it all depends, I suppose. But people can vote from the beginning now, right?
Not in the semi-finals.
Not in semi-final, only in final. Okay, so
Yeah.
scratch that. Never mind. Never mind. He could never manage a cold night in Whelan's. Wow.
Jesus, Adam.
Shall we kangaroo along? Shall we hop along
Yeah.
to Montenegro?
Oh, lads, like she brought the duvet and she lived in the duvet, and then the duvet came off, and
Went for snooze.
oh, I nearly went for a snooze. Like, Jesus, it's the most blandest song, and I understand people want this to qualify because it's Montenegro and they're coming back after being away, and it's just like, God, if you're gonna come back with a good song. It's just not good enough. Like vocally, I thought she was clearly holding it back tonight, which is understandable because it's a rehearsal. But like, even if she gave it socks tomorrow night, I just don't think this is going through. Um, Maybe the older demographic. I know my dad was watching it with us, and he said she was nice vocally. The song
Mm.
maybe was weak, so maybe if she can tap into that a bit more, that people are voting for her just because of her vocal. Maybe she can get a few votes for the older demographic. Not calling my parents old, by the way, but you know, that,
Older.
not a younger demographic. Maybe she can tap into that, but I think it's quite an uphill battle for her to be going through tonight. The staging is all right. It's very white and black, I would say,
Yeah.
grey and black, silver and black.
Mhm.
Nothing revolutionary happens, and no major changes. Like, she has the big duvet, as I keep describing, on her, and then comes off towards the end, and yeah, just kind of ends as well. Nothing really that special. What about
Mm.
yourself, Lou? Do you like Montenegro?
No.
I'm trying to move on.
She's a great voice, and yeah, that's about it. Interesting question from Ellen. Do you think clickbait would have done better than Nina? No. I prefer her actually. I'm gonna be honest, that clickbait song was fucking shite. You poor souls, I respect the crying though. Thanks for keeping us updated. You're very welcome. We're doing our best, Jack. We're out here not getting full night's sleep at the minute, so we're gonna try. We're gonna try tonight. We're gonna try tonight. Song quality aside, there has to be a discussion had on how the EBU treats Western versus Eastern returning countries, says Adam. The difference between Luxembourg last year and Montenegro this year is huge. Very valid point, Adam. Definitely one I've contemplated. It's come up recently.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's a slight difference in that. Maybe you or someone said this to me recently. Luxembourg came back after ages off. So probably a bit more of a special return in that sense. But yeah, it does feel like when the Eastern countries return, it's just like, oh, you're here again. Spot number 2. You know, like Montenegro, Macedonia, those countries are just destined with the poor running order. And also who has the cash dollar, who has the money. Do we think Montenegro will duck out again for another year or two?
Yeah, because this year they came back because it was the broadcaster's anniversary, wasn't it? So they did the Monty Song contest. So I say next year they'll be like, yeah, if we fail to qualify, bye bye again. We'll probably get someone else back in their place instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, bye bye Montenegro. Nice having
Okay,
you.
guys, this is your 10-second warning. We are going to start chatting about Ireland. Emmy, like party. Get your questions in the question box now on YouTube, Instagram, wherever you're watching this. We'll chat through as much as we can in terms of what we saw, and we'll try and answer all your questions as best as we can.
And while you get your questions in, we're going to throw it over to Alex Basmati, who was on the ground today, and she saw the first rehearsal with press in the arena. So she saw it for herself there, and she chatted to a few people from press, from Aussie Vision Live, from the Eurotrip, Rob and Chris Calling from YouTube. We have more interviews on the podcast episode tomorrow with, who else is in it? Adam McCallick and GJ, who you'll know from Twitter. He's on ATV. So there's extended interviews in tomorrow's episode. But here's Alex in the press room today asking a few questions to the press on their opinions on Emmy's performance. And let me just tease it up. Here it is.
Bum, bum.
Hey guys, I'm back in the press centre. We have just watched Semi-Final 2. We've now seen the full show. I am back with Rob from the Eurotrip podcast. Can I get your thoughts on Emmy?
You can. Emmy is great. The song is a bop. Do I see the staging quite coming together? I'm not sure. She's a little bit too static for me. It would have been nice to see her move around the stage a bit more. So I think it's touch and go whether we'll see Ireland in the final this year. But fingers crossed.
Yeah. If you were to put a percentage on it.
30-70 that it doesn't happen. I don't know if that makes sense. More likely that it doesn't happen than it does.
Oh, that hurts my little Irish heart. But I appreciate the honesty. Thank you so much for hopping back on with us.
You're welcome. I love the song, but yeah, better luck next year.
Thank you, Rob. Hey guys, we're back at the press centre. This time we're in a new location. We're actually in the restaurant. But we were just having a conversation and I found a fellow Emmy stan.
Yes.
So, Chris, could you please, first of all, introduce yourself so people know where to find you?
Of course. So I am Chris, and you can find me during Eurovision week with ESC Norway. Yeah.
What did you think of Like a Party?
I absolutely loved it. I've always loved this song. It's such a bop. And Ireland, since Bambi Thug and even before that, they've really got good staging techniques and different they trial and error different things each year. And this is another, I think, successful staging for Ireland. The dog on the screen is so cute. It matches the story perfectly. My only one thing I'd say is it would be great to see Emmy come to the front of the stage and move around a little bit more. But the prop that is there is a damn good prop. It's brilliant. So yeah, I'm wishing Emmy and Ireland all the very best.
If you could put a percentage on the likelihood to qualify, what would you say?
I think it's 50-50.
Even then.
Gobsmacked is just, the perfect word. There's no way I feel to predict things.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we have any runaway winners this year.
Yeah.
Which makes it more exciting for us and the fans. But it's going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds.
Thank you so much, Chris. Chat to you later.
Have a happy Eurovision, everyone.
And I have found a fellow lady, so I needed to get a lady on the pod to chat about our lovely Emmy. Could you please introduce yourself and tell the people how they can find you?
G'day, my name's Liv. I'm from Aussie Vision, and as you've probably worked it out, we are an Australian-based fan site, and you can find us everywhere. We are Aussie Vision Net, and I'm excited to talk about Emmy. Basically, I've always loved this entry. I've loved this song, so I was excited to see what they were going to do with it. I would say the positives is that the colour scheme is really beautiful. She looks gorgeous. She's got this energy that she just emits, and I feel like you just feel that down the camera. Is it her brother on the that does the other little bit, so he's just very captivating and it's really fun. As for some drawbacks, I think the bit that just stood out for me the most is that she's very static up there. It's pretty much 3 minutes of her at the same point on the stage, which can, it'd be nice if it was broken up a little bit more. But other than that, I think they've extracted as much as they possibly can out of the staging for this song, and I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thank you so much for hopping on the pod with us, and best of luck with yourself and Gojo as well, featuring in our semi-final. I think Gojo is a sure qualifier. Do you agree?
I'm nervous, but I'm always nervous. I hope Australia and Ireland exchange 12 points. That'd be great.
Let's do that. Thank you so much. Chat to you later.
And there we have it. That was the reaction from the press room straight after today's dress rehearsal. Do we agree or disagree? That's the big question, Lou. What did you make of Ireland's rehearsal?
The word static came up quite a bit there. Alex was sending through clips earlier in our group chat and was saying you could make up a power clip of lots of people saying the word static. It is very static, guys. She starts on the rocket. She looks beautiful. She's got the hood going on. We've got that bursts of blue, red, purple hues. And she's up there. We get some nice shots going up and down of Erlen. We get his clapping moment. He does the ready for takeoff at the beginning. The dancers do bring good dynamism to the performance. I just felt frustrated with two things in particular. We did get the dog constellation. It was very brief. It isn't clear whether they're dogs or cats with the astronaut helmets. So I didn't feel, this was my kind of worry for quite a while now. I didn't get enough dog out of the performance. I would have liked to have just felt more of Laika in the performance and getting across what it was about. And yeah, just the staticness. Like I was willing her, please come down onto the B stage, come to the front, come near the audience. Can we get a shot of, you were saying, Connor, the camera going with her somewhere? It just, and there just wasn't enough of a journey in this song, you know. And when you think of the actual song talks about Laika's journey up into space and her perishing and how sad it is. And it was great fun and it was bright and it was good colours, but the staging just was quite one-dimensional, linear, and I didn't feel inspired, to be honest. And I'd love to be more positive about the staging, but that was just my initial reaction. Granted as well, guys, when we're watching this, the stream isn't amazing. It glitches quite a bit, these rehearsal streams that we get for press, and it has prohibited in massive letters across the screen. So the viewing is always much better in the actual semi-final. Positives, I see someone asking about Emmy's vocal. Her vocal is quite strong. I would say she hits those higher notes very well near the end. I would say she was a bit nervous in the beginning and she settled in really well with the vocal as it went on. Crowd reaction, it's hard to know because we weren't getting a lot of that tonight anyway in most of the performances. So yeah, to wrap up in terms of this qualifying or not, I think we're looking more at non-qualification, being honest about it. But I'll be really happy to get like a little bonus qualification tomorrow. This semi is blown so wide open. It depends. Will people remember this when the recap rolls around? They show a good part for the recap, that big pyro moment at the end, but just the energy for me was a bit off. And yeah, hopefully I'll think of some more positives to say as Connor shares his thoughts with you all.
Yeah, I'll start off on a positive. I thought vocally she actually was really, really good. Probably out of the first half of the semi-final up until about Greece, I thought Emmy probably had one of the strongest vocals that we saw on the night. I do agree she was quite nervous at the start, but grew into it. But for me, like it was echoed in the press room, and it was echoed with what Lou just said. It is so static up until the first verse and into the first chorus. It's understandable because you're starting off, but the minute it hits that second verse, I'm just like, come down off that spaceship, get that POV of her coming down, do something cool with the camera angles and the dancers coming down off the spaceship onto the main stage. But she's just stood up on that spaceship for the entire performance, and even her dancing compared to Eurosong, it's stripped back completely. She's literally just doing some hand movements and that's it. Like there was much more movement in Eurosong, funny enough. So I'm just like craving a bit of action from her to come onto that main stage. And even towards the end when the key change happens, I'd love her to like do a bum bum march nearly with the dancers from the A stage, the main stage, come up to where the B stage, as they say, under the arch, come up to that moment and finish there with a big pyro moment, similar to what Kai did in semi-final 1, similar to what Luxembourg does in this semi-final 2. So I'm craving a bit of movement from her. It's very static for a song that you expect movement in, and as much as the camera angles and the dancers try and bring that movement in, you are still drawn back to the main singer of Emmy and also Erland because he's static as well in the same spot. So I'm worried for us. It's a very open semi-final. Locals, that's the thing. I think locals will gravitate towards this because it is catchy and it is memorable, but to be honest, I would actually be more confident of this with the Eurosong staging as it was going into this than what we have currently. I think there's a great opening shot as the performance starts. Obviously, as an opening shot, it like swoops down from the sky, as if the spaceship is landing, and then it cuts to Erlen and it's like ready for takeoff. And there's some cool effects on Emmy's vocal towards the end of the song. The cats, they're clearly cats. It's not dogs. They're too high pitched for the bum 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 bum. They're nearly louder towards the end of the song, which is slightly weird. But anything else wrote? Yeah, no, I'm worried. I am worried. I just my gut. I was left reeling, and I'd love to shake the staging director and just go, make her move, make her move,
In some way.
some
in
way,
any way.
any way.
Bring the dancers up to her.
Do something like
And
it's just
yeah.
even bend down and like on your knees, like going, as if you're moving through a galaxy or something like that. She's literally standing up, looking out, singing, like not even pointing to the camera. Give us some extra movement. It's so static for such an upbeat song. Like you just kind of want to shake her and go, move. And I know this is probably plan B. Like we know they have to change something. We're saying probably that they had to leave her up there because there wasn't enough time to
Yeah.
reposition her somewhere else. But like,
Yeah.
Jesus, whoever made that decision,
It's a
are you
poor
not
decision.
watching this and thinking, God, it's so static? Like everyone is saying it. That's the problem. So, I'm worried. I'm worried. I'd love to see us in the final, get that 2-year qualification streak, but
Not guaranteed
Is-
at the moment, no.
and is it deserved? That's the thing. As much as I love Emmy and everything like that, like based on that performance, I'm not too sure.
It felt like going into today, I think Sam said this earlier, like we were feeling like we could have been 7th, 8th, and now it's like we've really slipped to right down that 10th, 11th, 12th. Like if we're getting in, like hopefully I'd be more confident of it being a very low, like 10th. Like if we do.
To be honest, I
We're-
think we were always in that position anyway. I never thought we were a high up, 6th, 7th, 8th qualifier. I always thought we were getting that last spot. For me, that's pushed us out until 12th, 13th, possibly. I think some other countries have come up trumps that we'll talk about later on. But I thought we were always fighting for that 10th spot, and now it's worrying me now, to be honest.
You mentioned Luxembourg briefly there a minute ago. We'll be talking about it later, but I did feel that Luxembourg were doing everything we should have done with their staging. Really clever, lots of movement, held the vocals, lovely visually. Yeah, so sorry guys. We'd love to be the beacon of hope here and reassurance, but better to be honest. And you know what? If this somehow is popping off tomorrow, then happy days. We should have a quick look through the live chat and see what people are.
And can we just say
asking
as well,
us.
like, I know we're tired and everything like that. Like, this is our country. Of course, we wanted to qualify. We're not being Debbie Downers. Like, we want Ireland to qualify, but like, we have to be honest in our opinions at the same time of what we've seen tonight. And again, we got some things wrong. We thought Belgium was a possible top 10 in the final. Things can change tomorrow night. This is simply based on the rehearsal. That's all
Yeah.
what we can go off. So things can change tomorrow night. But at the moment, this is how we're feeling. Just to
And also,
disclaimer.
Eurovision has always just been like us yapping and like telling our opinions. And like, obviously, we just have to go off how we feel.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you watch it tomorrow and you feel differently, that's obviously totally fair. We all look at things in different ways. Kieran says, bring back Sergio. I wonder what he would have done with this.
Hot take.
We'll
I don't think
never know.
Sergio's stagings have been that good this year. Sorry.
We'll never know. Better to just ditch the prop and have her on the ground with the ability to move. I probably would prefer that, in
Or
all
I'd swap
honesty.
Ireland and Emmy. I put Ireland on top
Yeah.
and maybe Emmy on the bottom.
Yeah, she would have had the...
The ability to move. Or even have her join Ireland at the top of the start and then work her way down from the spaceship. Like, surely it's not that hard to get from the top to the bottom. What mark is being missed? Anyway, sorry.
Eva suggesting maybe there's a thing that the confidence and ability to move and sing at the same time isn't there. Perhaps we don't know. Lads, you have me so depressed. Sorry, David. We have to be honest. I think San Marino may prove a catchy song is enough.
San Marino's staging was better than this, personally.
Yeah. Yeah, Gabri Ponte was giving us more now, even stuck behind a DJ desk.
Mm-hmm.
Watching in Germany on my way to Basel. Love you. All safe journey to Basel.
See you Friday, got them.
Ushi, no, the prop does not move at all.
The only thing that moves is the dancers.
Yeah.
That's literally
And the like little dog cat thingies on the LED.
Yeah.
Luxembourg doesn't have. We'll talk about Luxembourg later, but trust us, Luxembourg was good tonight. Sergio works best people that have natural creativity. Eurosong made me think Emmy will be able for more dancing, not less. Yeah, did we play it too safe? You know,
In terms of what? What?
with not having as much choreography for Emmy.
She had more choreography in Eurosong, so
But that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like, did we
like-
play it safe for this by like focusing too much then on the vocal and not letting the choreo shine?
I don't buy that. I don't buy that personally. But anyway, sorry.
It's just a question. Honest question. Do you think Ireland's performance is cringy this year?
It's not cringy. It's childish, I would say. But I'm not cringing. I'm cringing more at Cyprus on Tuesday night. I'm cringing more. Even Australia tonight, I was cringing a bit. You know what was going on, but I wouldn't say cringy would be the best way to describe Ireland. No.
Someone asked us earlier on in the chat, sorry I couldn't see it scrolling up, but they asked like, will it have that appeal to like the younger audience, to the children?
With Iceland, there was the Minecraft appeal. You could see
Yeah.
that ability, and it's a catchy song. And even families, watching together, would be like, "Oh, this is catchy. The kids are loving it." With this, you're very much relying on the catchiness of the song with the bum bum, ba dum bum bum. That's what you're relying on. Visually, like the dog isn't going to get people excited. The dancing cats slash dogs isn't going to get you excited. So you are very much relying on, oh my God, I love the space theme. Oh, I love the colors. I love the bum bum, ba-da-dum. That's it. And I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know.
So all in all, guys, we're not super confident. And I think we can be proud of the journey Emmy's been on since Eurosong. Like, it's a great little streaming song. Let's see how it does tomorrow night. Someone asked, would it have qualified in semi-final 1? I'm gonna say no.
No. Given we didn't have as much friends in semi-final 1, I think our best chance is being in semi-final 2, given we have the UK, we have Australia, we have who else? I don't know, Denmark. Those countries that tend to give us points in the past. So I think the best semi is semi-final 2 for us in terms of friendly voting. But yeah, it's open though across the board. Tonight though, like we are just talking about Ireland at the moment.
Yeah.
But across the board, like
It's
a lot of
very
countries
open.
didn't deliver tonight. Not only vocally but staging wise, I thought they were quite weak in a lot of areas. So there is a chance, but I think we're just basing it off our initial reaction. We are left reeling a bit of, God, what if they did this? What if they did that? But yeah. Stephen asked who was our creative director this year. It was Marvin
Dietman.
Dietman, who did We Will Rave last year from Austria.
Voyager a couple of years ago.
Yeah, just one recently.
Just very briefly on that semi-final 1 question before as well, I do think the 10 that got through last night would have had more televote pull than Emmys would have. I
Say that
think.
again, sorry.
The question we had just before about would this have qualified if it was in semi-final 1,
Mm-hmm.
I also think the 10 that got through last night in semi-final 1, like if Emmy was in that lineup with them all, they would have just gotten more points, the other 10. Even the likes of your Portugal and San Marino and all of that. Connor, can you answer this one? For me, who's getting 12 points from Ireland this semi. I mean, if we're talking about diaspora, it's Lithuania, isn't it?
Yeah, even though like
Finland?
um
The Erica Wiekman show?
probably Finland. Yeah, like to be honest, lads, I'm not very impressed by a lot of the performances tonight. Like
No, it was a snooze fest.
pretty boring. Potentially Luxembourg. I know last year we gave Tally quite high points, so like Luxembourg this year is phenomenal. We'll talk about it later on, but potentially Luxembourg is an outsider. Yeah, no one else was kind of amazing. Lithuanian diaspora, but like I know from speaking to a few Lithuanian friends of mine living here, like they aren't massive fans of this song itself. So maybe you can't spread that across the whole of the Lithuanian population in Ireland. But just one to think of when you think about this.
I want to address this one, Rosa, my dear, because I know we're like a little bit on the negative side, but we're not saying Ireland should hang up the Eurovision boots. That's pretty extreme. Every year's a fresh start, and even if we non-qualify, like fair play to Emmy and the team for putting together such a good package. There's no need to hang up the boots.
And like we've come a long, long way. Like if you
Yeah.
think of where we were when we
started this bloody podcast.
like we were in
Brooke
in the
non-qualifying.
guts. But even
Yeah.
like Wild Youth and stuff like that, even Eurosong the last 2 years has grown so much. So yeah, comments like that isn't helpful, and I don't think Ireland is in that position. Like we're caring so much about Eurovision, so we're
Gotta
not
keep
in
trying.
we're not in like a Montenegro or an Azerbaijan situation where you can tell like love is dwindling for it. It's quite the opposite here. The interest in Eurovision is growing, particularly. So yeah, that's never gonna happen.
Glad we can bring you some joy in our sadness, Stan. Maybe Emmy is saving it for tomorrow. That's very fair. Yep, a very fair point. Will we move along? We've spent a good bit of time
Yeah, there's
on
not much
Ireland.
else to say, to be honest.
Latvia, this was good. This was solid.
There's nothing new here.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the Supernova staging. Vocally, the same. They had tails this time around. I don't think they had tails in Supernova, but very, very similar. Nothing else.
I'd say it's a good shout going through. I see it going
Armenia.
through.
Armenia, we both said it. There's an audience for this type of song, those kind of
Yeah,
rock,
a
edgy
lot.
songs. This was like maps on ecstasy. There was a treadmill, there was lights, but vocally he was a bit all over the place. They threw the kitchen sink at this staging, 100%. Like there's lights, there's a slow moment in the song that's new. He kind of brings the mood down a bit and then brings it back up with the ending bit of the song. But yeah, nothing amazing about the staging. But to be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if this did qualify. I think there is certain people out there, the straight people maybe tuning in who don't want to go for the gay girly bops and the girls that love
Who are
the dance
they?
moves, so potentially there's an audience for this, but not for me personally. But I could see a pathway for this potentially. But yeah,
Little spoiler actually for you guys tomorrow. They've revamped the end of the song. And there's more of a, what would you say, a traditional flair in the instrumentation. And that was actually quite nice. I quite liked that part of it. It elevated it a little bit for me. It was just a bit too white for me at times, and a lot of smoke. Couldn't quite see him.
and he's still from Dublin.
Bit filtered. I'm a
Still
boy.
from Yeah, it's still shite lads though. But anyway, sorry.
Austria.
Yeah, one of the big favorites. Yeah, nothing special, lads. Like we're very depressed tonight. Like I
Take
thought
a shot
this,
every time Conor and I are like, nah.
I thought this was going
Maybe
to
we
be
just
like
need to
a
sleep.
phenomenal performance, but this, like, I was kind of waiting for this big moment to happen, and like it remains black and white throughout the whole thing. It is cool staging. I will hand it down to Sergio and all. Like it is cool staging what they've done, but for me, I think it goes back to the root of it with the song. I just don't like the operatic moments of the song. The transition from the low vocal to the high vocal is quite off-putting. It's quite jarring. And JJ tonight was kind of struggling with that a bit, I felt. So yeah, it's not amazing. The last like 30 seconds of the song, he's not singing as well. Like it's visually, it's very clear like he's not singing the song. So I don't know if that will be off-putting to people. And there's like lighthouses towards the end, and it's I just was kind of like, is that it? Is that it? Yeah, not blown away by this.
Thank you for your comment.
Belgium.
Tony.
Belgium probably was better than this, and that failed to
Ooh,
qualify. So hot take.
Hot take. Year gas. Debbie Downer from SNL comes to mind. Maybe I like the misery. Isn't
Sorry,
that the
lad.
quote from Father Ted? Well, we're just being honest. We're also very tired.
We're very tired, lads. Like
but
we're
honestly,
undulating.
come back to us tomorrow and let us know what you think about the flow of this show and this semi-final. Semi one for me was like peak entertainment. I was loving every second song.
And we're drinking alcohol tomorrow night, probably.
Yeah.
So at least that will help.
Actually, they're great.
We'll
Also,
become on the stream. Ireland, yep. To support.
I never said a bad word about it in my life. No, Lou, Connor, it's been recorded. No, it hasn't. Deleted the footage.
Airvision fake fucks.
Jesus, lads. If it does go through, fair fucks. But
stop.
Austria, I literally said moments before I turned to you and I said, this could be the moment where we're like, oh, this is going to win, you know? because Austria is like one of the favourites. And it came on.
3 minutes later.
Yeah, like, look, in fairness, right, you always have a bias with entries when you do or don't like the song. Do you know what I mean? And this song isn't, this live stream is so funny. The way we're just being ourselves. This is the way Connor and I fucking bitch when we're just chilling at home together. Maybe we're normally more upbeat on the podcast. I don't know. Yeah, Austria, like, actually, there was an interesting, I'm going on a tangent now. There was an interesting comparison on Twitter of Mons Zemmerlove's staging with Austria's and like the, obviously Mons didn't have the whole boat theme, but he had like the paper flying around and that black, white, grey kind of colour palette, we'll say. This to me looked chic, you could tell.
I thought you were going to say, look, shite.
I'll be saying that about other countries.
You got me there.
Looked chic. I got you. It looked chic. You know, it had that dark, elusive feeling, mysterious. I mean, I didn't enjoy the vocal overall was strong, but it wasn't enjoyable to listen to. You said earlier it was jarring. I do agree with that, Connor. Jarring to listen to. And then when it got to the peak, like the pinnacle of the wasted love, that bit at the last minute, which you know is the bit they've put in to create a moment to give it that winning flair. I understand why they've done it. I watched really carefully and like it's very clear it's a backing track that does it. And he's there and he's kind of lying back and it's like, well, he's clearly not singing it, is he? So like, I just know locals will be like, sure, he's not singing that. Like that's a backing track. I don't know. Jack says, I thought the 30-second clip looked shite in fairness.
Yeah.
Eva says, I think France will win the jury vote over this 100%. France and Switzerland for me over Austria any day in the jury vote. I also just think like the code had the operatic flair, but it had more going for it. It had the pop, it had the rap, it was
more accessible as well. You know, you could have easily heard that on radio in Ireland if people wanted to play it. But this is just not there.
Nah.
Boring.
Fionn says on Instagram, hi guys, just tuning in now, was making a carrot cake. Love that for you.
You make it a carrot cake at 20 to 11 at night.
We should have made a carrot cake instead of watching this rehearsal. How did this evening's rehearsal go? Oh, can't wait to see Emmy's performance tomorrow night. Fionn, honey, we've talked about Ireland.
Go back, girl.
Go back and watch it. Yeah. It's looking normal. Eva says, I don't see people picking up the phone for Austria, to be honest.
I think it's qualifying. Like, there's no question without that. There's no question that it is going to qualify. Oh my God, I'm so tired. There's no question that it's going to qualify. It's just more so about going through to be a potential winner. Is it going to be a winner? What are you laughing at? We're going to Lulu, lads.
It's people in the stream loving how exhausted and deluded we are.
It's the fact Danny goes, Lou and Connor for Bake Off after this.
We always make our best content when we're sleep deprived, and that's a problem.
I feel real dizzy.
That is a problem. Make me dizzy for a kiss.
Lads, we haven't touched a drop of alcohol tonight. Like, this is us sober and just tired. I can't wait to see Emmy tomorrow night. Connor starts laughing.
What happens at the dance part? Sorry, the last 30 seconds.
He's not dancing. He's lying on the floor.
He's like this.
It's as if...
He's like this.
Take a screenshot of that, lad. Ah! No,
it's like the Scream movie.
Basically, he is on the. Oh my god, he's on the boat. So the whole thing's about a boat, and the boat's obviously in turmoil. It's like Titanic. The boat's on like this water, so the water's like swirling around, so it looks like a whirlpool going around. And he's like, "Oh my god, I'm about to go in the whirlpool," and it's like, wasted, wasted. Jesus.
Oh my god. Oh, it's not even funny.
It's about a breakup.
It's always about, oh, wasted love you. Go on, lad. You're a bunch of survivors.
Oh, lads.
Like Denmark's song, you'd be hallucinating again. I think we've a legal obligation to buy our fish and coffee.
It's just proof
Honestly, I need a fucking heavy coffee in the morning after
I don't think I've heard
this.
Lou swear so much on a live stream.
Tomorrow night is going to be a struggle. Tonight is a struggle,
Tonight's already a
Megan.
struggle, lads. Does the black and white work with the performance, or does it look weird? I think it works with the performance. Yeah.
I do you know what? There's so much purple and like blue and red in this semi that maybe this will stand out because of the
nice
black
break.
and white. I personally don't like it. I'm like, where's that colour? But I'm just a colour girly. Do you know what I mean? Does it have any intriguing camera angles? It was very, I'm going to be honest, it was hard to see with that prohibited thing, and it's quite a glitchy stream we get.
Mm-hmm.
So it seemed good, Adam, yeah.
There's a cool thing with the boat. The boat that you saw, I think, in the preview clip that goes away. It comes back as if it's being blown back in his face, which is really cool. So not so much a camera angle, but a cool thing. Did we see?
We're hallucinating. So true, guys. Let's talk about the next country. I can't talk about Austria anymore. Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
Before we go to Jesus, Declan McGinty. Lads, I just joined the stream and my husband just said, "What the hell are you listening to?"
What the hell just happened?
The UK, the United Kingdom, our neighbours that we love to hate. No, we love you guys. What the hell just happened? So obviously pre-qualified already.
Not much.
Jesus. I wrote down vocals was atrocious from the Pink girl. She was vocally very poor tonight. Got Sabrina Carpenter vibes from the overall performance. Hated the outfits. I thought they were atrocious. I loved the chandelier. They have this chandelier on the A stage, as we were saying, and they kind of worked their way around it. There's new vocal riffs that they do, I guess. Vocally, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because the stream we are watching, as I said earlier, is a bit off. So we'll judge it properly tomorrow night. But there's one shot where is it like water and there's like people in the pool. It gave me like High School Musical 2, Sharpay,
Yes. I want
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Yes.
We would be a great Ryan and Sharpay. Yeah, we gotta bump to the top. Guys, do you not see that for us? Caliente. Suave.
Oh, stop that.
Stop.
Yeah, that was my thoughts on it. Look, the UK are already there. I think they'll do well with the jury. I think vocally it's very impressive. If they can do well tomorrow night and vocally do well, I think they will probably come top 10 in the jury. I think it could potentially be a bottom 5 though for a televote. I don't know the appeal for this as a televoter in the country. But yeah, what were your thoughts on the UK?
Yeah, I agree. Some weak vocals in play. Hopefully that's just rehearsals nerves that are going to be shaken off. The staging left a lot to be desired for me. It was like, what the hell just happened? I was like, I don't really know. You kind of danced around the chandelier.
You never told us what happened.
They didn't tell us. Yeah, not enough actually happens. And then what the hell's happened? I don't know. You tell me. There's comments asking like, is it 0 points? I think in the televote, personally, I don't think that's impossible. A decent enough jury score is obviously possible with the vocals coming together, the experience of the girls, the caliber of their performance. But yeah, I think the televote could be quite low. On this one being honest, sorry, have you already talked about Ireland? Jake, don't ask. You can rewind, actually, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll be able to rewind about 10-15 minutes and see what we said. Right, will we move along?
Yeah.
Greece.
Oh my god, I was really impressed with Greece tonight. I thought the vocals were really, really good. Um, it started off really, really quiet and it built up, and there's a big reveal at the end. Will we spoil it? It's probably out there on Twitter anyway. The dress, the horrible dress that she's wearing, the black dress, is like ripped off. So it goes to darkness and then she reappears and it's all white and it's beautiful. There's some really cool like LED effects on the floor as well. That just really immerse you into the experience of her. Her vocals are amazing, particularly in this run of songs. Um, like she's definitely the best vocalist. Like as I said earlier, I thought Emmy was really, really good, but up until Greece, like that's it. Everyone else is kind of vocally poor. So I was really impressed with her, and I think she's qualifying with the East name.
Not the chat having a go at each other.
Who's fighting in the chat? Scrap, 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 scrap.
Fight, fight, fight. Yeah, this was like honestly, this was great. I had this was down in my estimations, and they did something really nice with it, particularly the end. Love the dress she finishes in. Nice pop of white at the end and the staging. I think I wasn't mad on the first half, but I loved the second half. So it's going to depend what voters think on the overall package when they see it. Lithuania. This woke things up a little bit for me.
Did it?
Yeah, I think this was... I was on my phone a little bit, but we've seen this so often. So there wasn't like anything brand new to see. This was strong. This looked very expensive. Are you okay?
Sounds like your laptop's about to explode.
Oh,
Is it not roasting on your legs?
it must be. It's ready
Jesus.
ready for takeoff.
It sounds like it's about to take off. Jesus
Do
Christ.
you know what? This little honey is about 8 years old and she's still great. She's brilliant. Look, do you like my
Paint splatter,
my
as someone
cover?
described on, what was it,
Woohoo.
Monday night?
Yeah.
Um,
Lithuania, I thought this was great. And it was a nice bit of diversity in genre and sound. And yeah, I think Lithuania is definitely going to go through, especially with that kind of strong televote they always seem to get.
oh,
Yeah, sorry, just get my
Um,
charger.
Yeah, like nothing new. We've seen it. It's the same as the national final performance. Like nothing too crazy. So yeah, I don't expect anything different with this. It's what we've seen so far. So if you want to see the performance, go and look up the national final performance because it's out. That's it.
I can't cope with this chat tonight.
Lou's, yeah, there's more energy in Lou's fan than in the bleeding Irish performance. I'm joking. That's so mean. It exists, Connor. I'd be nicer to it than that. Like it is good. It's not my personal style of music that I would listen to, even though apparently I do listen to quite depressing songs according to my sister. But
You like bops as well, though, in fairness.
no, I do.
You like a good mix.
I do. But yeah, Lithuania, same as the national final. Nothing revolutionary here, nothing new. But it is good. Performed well. Good, strong vocal.
Serving.
Serving nothing because you couldn't hear the audience say it.
That enraged me. I was like, turn on the microphones. We
Yeah.
want to hear can't.
Mm-hmm. Lads, she's not allowed to say can't, but Jesus, she makes the performance risky in so many other ways. The opening shot and what is the shot for the majority of the first half of the song. Jesus Christ, it's like two legs on the LED screen and she's in a love heart. Or sorry, in like a
Lips.
mouth. There's like she's in the middle of two lips. But the way it's positioned, it looks very, very similar to something that you will see yourself and you can judge for yourself.
Anatomy.
Anatomy of the female region. Very risky, not allowed to say can't, obviously. But again, couldn't hear the audience, so it just kind of fell flat. Vocally was a bit off, but again, we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. The leg action when it goes, I got a secret you should know. Oh my God. Myself and Lou nearly lost ourselves. The leg action, she opened up like it was like 2020 and 2021, open up again. Yeah, it was. I was left feeling underwhelmed, if I'm being honest. Didn't like the styling. Didn't like the overall vibe of the performance. The bouncy balls are there. They are back, so don't be worrying. But Malta tends to struggle in general.
Yeah.
If we're not hearing can't tomorrow night, in terms of the audience saying it, I would be slightly worried for Malta. Do I think they're not going to qualify? No, I think they'll get through. But I fear for them in the final after that performance, personally. There's a lot needed to fix this. And personally, I don't think they should have gone as heavy as they did with this staging. I would have much rather the vibe of the national final performance again. Just a bit OTT. We could have a dizzy situation here. Very sexual. Very sexual. What
It
about
was
you?
too red. It's like she was sharing notes with Red Sebastian in Belgium. It was very red. Too much red.
Red. Red.
It was just very red. I honestly preferred the Maltese national final staging. I feel like I need to pull something positive out of my ass tonight. I'm literally just like,
Oh my god, you need to kill me.
in bits. Sorry,
Jesus.
you're right.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's just, and I love this song. This is in my top 5, guys, of my studio tracks, and I don't know this.
Sorry, Jack's killing it with the comments tonight. They'll be sharing notes on the plane home on Friday. Oh my god.
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh lads.
And I love this song so much. Yeah, it is. It feels maybe a little bit too much. And it's very red. And I kind of miss that like little Sound of Music-esque thing they had going on. She does leave some nice moments for her vocal to really shine through. So I hope that comes across very well tomorrow in the actual show.
Sorry, I love the fact Jake went back and looked.
Jake Honey, so when you were in Eurovision week, is very little you can change. I used to wonder that too before I became a freaky nerd into all these Eurovision things. It's fairly locked in, I'm afraid. Not massive amount you can change at this point, not even your outfit.
Nope.
So yes, that is Malta. I still think she's going to get through, but I don't know if the final result is going to be as good as we probably originally thought. Georgia.
Lads.
Georgia wasn't awful. Like, I enjoyed the dancers. I enjoyed her vocal.
Right.
The costume change was very like clumsy, like clunky. It was kind of awkward the way she was getting it off. That didn't work. But you know, they gave it a good lash. Not the worst staging they could have done for like what this song was, but I think it's staying behind in the semi-final. I actually kind of forgot about it until I was pulling up the running order here.
It was shite. Absolutely brutal. The staging was so confusing. They were going around with white flags, and she had this big, like, silver jacket on her, and then suddenly just decided to whip it out. Or whip it off. Not whip it out. Whip it off, like, halfway through the performance. And I actually said, what did I say? I said, well, let me just slip into something more comfortable. And then she had this, like, red suit, as we saw in the rehearsal clip. Yeah, this is DOA. DOA. There's no chances of qualifying. I'm so sorry. This is just... If you want to top up your glass, if you want to go make a cup of tea, this is the moment to do it because you're not missing anything with this performance. It's just such a weird song acoustically, like it just doesn't sound right. So yeah, not for me.
France!
Oh, France! Oh my god,
Sick. Really good.
beautiful,
Really good.
amazing vocal, beautiful staging, potential jury winner. I think the only thing that would push this further for me would be if they were using the Switzerland camera that they use.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. Her vocals are unbelievable, lads, and the sand and everything. Like, there's just so many moments throughout the song.
Sand.
Yeah, it's amazing. I really liked this. Really, really liked this, and this is what it needed to be. Because remember we were talking about how they did the rugby, the Six Nations reveal, and it was too over the top for that type of song. Stripping it back to what they've done with it, I think they could nearly strip it back further. Maybe not as much sand as we were saying, but it is beautiful. There's like this wild youth moment as well with the hand coming down onto the floor. She kind of wipes away the sand as like a mirror reflection, and you can see her kind of like touching the mirror as if seeing a reflection on the other side. And the beautiful moment at the end where you hear the child's voice, the mama, come through, and she's kind of like croaking. Her voice is croaking because you can obviously tell it's an emotional moment. But yeah, really, really beautiful staging. Really liked this.
Yeah, I absolutely loved this. This studio was always like middle of the road for me, but this is just a classic case of excellent staging, really elevating an amazing song. And I do think this is in contention to win the jury. People are asking in the chat, overall winner?
No.
Not impossible. I think France could be looking at another easy money top 5. And we were chatting about it earlier. It feels like the EBU would probably like that 70th anniversary to take place in France. Big Five, fairly reliable broadcaster, and so on. Her vocals flawless. So yeah, I thought this was fantastic. Really, really rate it. One of my favorite moments actually of the show was the two hosts are actually quite gas. They had a really funny moment after this where the two of them are just sweeping the stage for the sand, and they're just kind of chatting shite, but they're just funny chatting away. The blondie one, the comedian one, goes crowd surfing at one point. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was good crack. Are we in danger of a Loreen Baku jury malfunction with the sand though? This was my first question when I saw the rehearsal clip. How is my girl Luan not swallowing the sand? They must have something in place. If you guys were a jury and had to give one win, I presume, to France or Switzerland, who'd you give to? I think we'd be picking Switzerland because we've loved that song for ages.
Yeah, I'd give it more to Switzerland. I think the
But
creativity
both
is
great.
there with the camera and the one single shot as well. I'd give it to Switzerland personally.
Yeah, Serbia
Bricks
coming
still
on
have to
later
use
helps
himself.
with the sand cleanup.
Yeah,
Mm.
he may as well make himself useful in the semi. So, next, Denmark, big favorite, hallucination. Sizzle.
Delucination.
This is not qualifying, lads. In my personal opinion, I think the running order really hurts her. Vocally, she's saying it really, really good tonight. I think the first 30 seconds, until the chorus, the first build up to the chorus is actually really good. Beautifully staged, cool camera angles. There's new kind of effects at the start. You might have heard it during the pre-parties. There's cool effects with the camera. Then these kind of white sheets a la Agi from Eurosong appear, and they have like shadows on them, and it just looks really, really cheap. And I think if they were going to do that, they should have done. Remember Belarus in 2016? Remember he had the wolf graph, the like what's he call that? Like hologram. They should have done that with like hallucination vibes going on behind her if they wanted to do that. But it just looks really cheap, the staging, and quite static for what is kind of an upbeat song. I think they should have had more swooping shots like the national final performance. But it is yeah, I think the song is overall running order doesn't help it, and I think the staging damages quite a lot. But vocally, she's on point. She's on point, and I would love to see this qualify because I do really, really like the song. It's in my top 10. I love it, streaming it so much, but just staging wise, it is a bit of a mess. Really, really. But that Danish delegation need to cop on with themselves. There's so many good songs that they've just let like. And Sizzle is the Brooke of 2025. Brooke had like good stage and decent stage, and this is just ruined. Ruined. Sorry.
Not
You go ahead.
Eurovision podcast beefing with the Danish delegation. Sounds like the start of a bad soap opera. Sorry, just I was interested in these responses. Apparently, Luan is training to hold the sand under her tongue.
Why?
What could she not do so that she doesn't like choke and not be able to sing?
Ugh.
Yeah, because it'd be quite off-putting. Because the whole thing was, do you remember Loreen in
Oh yeah,
Baku in the
choked
jury
on the
show? She
oak.
choked on the confetti. Yeah.
Not on a bag of aubergines though.
Oh wow. Not my girl, Sizzle. Yeah. The Brooke comparison is interesting. I just wanted more from this. Yeah, I didn't love the colours. It was kind of just so purple, so much purple and blue and red. I just want whites and greens and something different, I think. And yeah, Sizzle's vocal is flawless, but just movement wise, it doesn't do much for me. This is a very, very good point. Guys, the way you're talking about all the other semi-final competitors, I'm now feeling more positive about our chances. It's true. If this semi does get better though, like, oh no, we're near the end actually.
We're nearly no, but it is true that I think that's
Never
why I
mind.
think that's why we're saying it's kind of wide open tomorrow night
Yeah.
because like everyone was kind of a bit crap tonight. Yeah.
Now, lads, you can only have 5 non-qualifiers and we're 8 songs deep and have 8 out.
Someone keep track of actually who we said is going through.
I'd love Hallucination to go through though.
Oh, me too.
It'd be
but
class.
Yeah. I don't think these things are going to improve with the next country though, because it's Czechia next.
Kiss,
Okay.
kiss, goodbye.
I'm
I
worried.
love everything about this except for the song. I hate that song, but everything else was great. It's just
Do you
an
like the
awful song.
staging?
Yeah, I quite liked it. I thought he's a really good dancer. He holds the vocal well. I was like, a bit of white, thank God, no more purple. He's like got a cool look to him. He's quite tall and he's kind of commands the stage. The dance I do think is very impressive. They make good use of the stage as well. They come down to the B stage, a bit more of a connection with the audience. Um, if there's enough of an audience in Europe to vote for this and appreciate this kind of song, it'll go through. I'm just a bit of a hater of this actual song, but that's okay. Can't like every song.
I thought vocally this was quite poor. That's be my worry night tonight. Well, tomorrow night for the semi-final. I think we saw was it in semi-final one. People are tending to go for strong vocals. Um, yeah. Just watching it, I was like, "Where's the appeal? What would make you want to vote for this? What would make you pick up the phone and vote for Czechia?" And I don't know if there was anything really. I thought the dance break moment was cool, but it was quite dark. It was again red and black, but it wasn't an amazing moment. But yeah, vocally a bit shaky to be honest. And we know Czechia do tend to struggle with televote. So one to watch tomorrow night. Potential surprise NQ of the semi final, but we'll never know. A lot of people love this song though, so it's hard to know.
Couple
Yeah.
of funny comments in here I can see. Goodbye, Czechia for now, but I will kiss Adonis.
A lot of people would.
Doesn't make sense to me. The song hard listening. Never really liked the song, but yeah, there was a big hype behind it. I never understood it myself. Czech, strong entry, not a winner. Adonis is fine as hell, but the song is average. Oh, stop, lads. I'm in bits. I love everything about it except the song, Eurovision Song Contest. I mean, it's true. Now, I think this next one may have been one of my favorites in my top 3 of the night. Luxembourg was bloody brilliant, lads. Bit of positivity.
Mm-hmm.
It starts off, the camera comes down and Laura is in like a doll's house and it looks so real. Like the hands are coming in, reaching her, and there's a little telly set and she's looking around and you're like, whoa, where is she? It goes through this keyhole with like a vortex into the house. You see the hands, then it zooms out. She's pulled up by the dancers. You're like, whoa, instantly impact. Whoa, there she goes. And she's so telegenic. She's got such lovely engagement with the camera. You can't stop looking at her. She's really smiley. Excellent vocals, really good use of the stage. They go all around the stage. She has a costume change and it's done really well. And she's got a beautiful silver outfit. She looks beautiful in it. Much better than most previous dresses they've had on her. This for me, I was like, here we go now. This is something I will probably vote for if I was watching this semi-final. It just breathed a bit of life into the thing. And I think this is easily top 5 in the semi in televote, especially if there's enough people out there who recognise the Poupée de ci, Poupée de ça. And Connor, you said you could see like the vintage TV in the background playing footage.
Yeah, because the dollhouse transitions from the floor LED to the back LED screen when she's lying on the floor at the start of the performance and then obviously stands up. And then there's a little like vintage TV and the performance of La Poupée, so whatever it's called, is playing in the background. So it's really cool. So you keep seeing it in the background of the performance. But I think for people, the best comparison for this would be, remember Katy Perry did that music video for Daisies back in like COVID times, and a lot of people thought people might use this for Eurovision staging. That opening shot of in the dollhouse with the hands is very that. So it's really cool and kind of trick of the eye. Like it does look like she's visually in that dollhouse, but it's literally just her lying on the LED screen on the floor. That's it. That's all we have. So it is really, really cool. I think this could be a shock top 10 in the final. 100%. Like this is visually really, really appealing. People will love this. The whole doll element has been amplified. The outfit, the reveal, at the moment when it goes into the dance break kind of moment of the remember that dress? I was commenting on it in the quick fires, going like, oh, it's a bit trashy, it's a bit I'm not a big fan of it. This was like, wow, it was like silver, had like diamonds all across it. It was beautiful. And the movement is something that I think you said, Lou, during the performance. This is what Emmy should be doing. She should be using this B stage. She should be moving it and giving her all. And like Laura Thorne, big claps to her because she did everything to sell this performance 100%. And this is sailing through to the final. top 3 potential, in my opinion, in the semi-final, and could be top 10 in the final overall.
We're getting absolutely rinsed.
Are we? Why? What do we do?
I just said Luxembourg's song was a non-starter in the beginning, but hearing you get excited makes me nervous, given how excited you were for Belgium.
No.
You praising Luxembourg the same way you praised Belgium in semi-one.
No, lads.
Boo boo the fool. We're sorry. We're
No,
sorry.
No, I think
We're sorry. But like everyone concurs Belgium was robbed, no? No?
Yeah. It's Luxembourg to Belgium. Oh no, don't give it to Belgium, curse. No, literally, lads, like it was really good. But vocally as well, she was well, Belgium was good vocally. I don't know. Possibly, yeah. No, I no, genuinely, I was really impressed with this. Really, really impressed with this.
Bit of positivity. We've 9 going home and 1 qualifier.
Hey.
Luxembourg, you have won the Eurovision Song Contest.
Jesus.
With 2 votes.
Jesus.
Some France Gall appreciation in the chat, of course. Luxembourg qualifying 10 times, everyone else going home.
You're so mean, lads. You're so mean.
Don't give it to Belgium, Chris. Jack, you're fucking gas. Where have you been? You can join our chats every night. I'm enjoying this so much.
Oh God, lads. Oh, God.
Lads, right. We'll bop along, shall we? From Luxembourg to ba la 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 la. Another one of my top 3 of the night. This, lads. Visuals. Right. You've seen the rehearsal clip. She's up on the boom box. Her brother's down below with the cello. And then we have this kind of moment where she comes down a staircase at the back of the boom box. And it's really giving like nightclub energy. Alex was chatting to us earlier when she saw it in the arena. She was like, it's really like Gen Z. The movement of the camera that we saw in the German national final. The dancers are coming around her. The camera's kind of shaking. You feel like you're in a nightclub. And I love that kind of feeling. Like Europe will feel, oh, we're in a bit of a party here with Germany. Okay. And like Germany is one of those countries that has bloody massive nightclubs and huge like dance culture and all that. So I think it's really cool that's represented for Germany on the stage. She comes around then from the back of the boom box for that second chorus. And she has like a nice kind of interaction with her brother. He's sitting on the chair with the cello. She nearly kind of like kicks him off the chair, sits down, nice aerial shot of her. He ends up back on the boombox, and then she comes right forward. She's just thrashing the hair around. She pulls off the bottom of her skirt. She throws it to the audience. The fact that I remember this much of the staging,
Most enthusiastic you've been all night.
having seen it once, just shows you that I was enthralled. I was like, this is class. I will admit, like, we were chatting afterwards about the vocals, like, because I'm biased and I love this song, I just like wasn't really caring or listening to the vocals. I was just singing along in my head with the studio track and enjoying the visuals. Is the cello intact? I believe so, Magnus.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Conor.
Yeah, like you guys will know my thoughts on this song overall. Like I think it's decent, but I've loved it more as the season has gone on. But it wouldn't be like a big favorite of mine. But the staging is really, really cool, as Leo described. Like it's probably the best use of the staging in the semi-final, I think. Actually, no, probably second best after Finland. But the overall vibe of the performance is really, really good. Germany have been getting it right with their staging in the last 2 years. I thought last year they did the best with Axel, and this year they've done it really, really good with this song. Vocally, though, like it is much better than what we heard in the national final. Like she has improved a lot, but there still is big moments in the song where I'm like, oh, the vocal's not brilliant, but it's not bad at the same time. It's okay. It's nothing amazing, and I don't think it needs to be amazing either.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's not the point of the song. It's not a big belter of a ballad moment or anything like that. So yeah, she's better vocally, but I still think there can be an improvement. So yeah. That's my thoughts on Germany. But I was impressed. It was good. It was good.
Yeah, a big glow up really from the national final. And the chat are absolutely loving this, guys. You're hopping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Charlie XCX for sure. You can feel that through. Thomas came in literally an hour ago and was like, have you guys talked about Germany? So thank you so much for staying with us.
Thank you, Thomas.
And listening. And Thomas, I'm presuming you're a German fan. You should be really proud. You've done a great job this year. Has she finally been cured from her 3-month illness?
Just about, lads. Just about. Probably be sick now on Friday.
Yay, we have another cue. Oh, wait.
Oh no.
I hope they qualify. It's a joke. It's a joke. I know. If everyone else's vocals are slightly ropey, showing suffer too much, is their laryngitis cleared up yet for you? For you? Danny, the shade tonight, hon. The shade. Germany is in my top 3 this year, but just worried that the vocals are there now.
Yeah.
I just ignored it, to be honest. I just enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it sounded all right. Yeah, not the no vocals of the night, but Connor, leave it out. Vocal smoke. Vocal smoke. Germany's my most played Eurovision song this year. Love you, really. We love you too, Danny. All right.
What's next? Oh, the prick, whatever it's called. Serbia. The one note I wrote was boring. Boring. Like, I think we chatted for most of the song, Lou, about something completely irrelevant, but yeah, not like nothing happened. He screamed on the stage. He fought some people. He was wearing red. Yeah. You hear the fan more than you can hear Lou at the moment on her laptop.
You know, and like the meme of Lady Gaga, and it's like, she's dead. She's meditating.
ESC 101. Can we skip Serbia?
Do you know what? Yeah, let's. So anyway, the Erika Vikman concert came to save us all.
Our savior came.
Thankfully, you know,
She
France,
came.
Luxembourg and Germany were great supporting acts. And then we had Ikome. Guys, this is sick. Like, very similar layout of performance to UMK, really.
Yeah, it's identical pretty much. It's just XXL for the Eurovision stage. But it's amazing. It is really as if you're watching the Erika Vikman concert. Like, it detaches you from Eurovision for those 3 minutes, and it's amazing. It is really, really good. And the camera angles are really, really good, and the pyro moment, you could just tell the crowd are loving it, and they've really, really improved. You know, the moment where she is walking up the runway, and then she's obviously getting on the microphone to go up in the air, and they're obviously tying her in, so you have to cut to the audience. I felt like that was a bit. It wasn't bad in UMK, but it was a bit messy. Whereas this time at Eurovision, they really cleaned it up with whatever they've done. Maybe it's tighter camera angles on the audience, more camera angles on the audience, but it just makes the experience better when you're watching it. You don't tell that something is going on off stage, and then you're suddenly like, oh my god, she's suddenly on a microphone. Oh my god, the microphone has pyro coming out of it. That sounds so cool. So they've really amped this up, and really impressed with this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the semi-final winner. I'd be very surprised if it isn't. And it's actually kind of a joke, like some of the entries before this, that she's performing in the same show as some of the others. I know we've been very negative tonight. We've had a bit of a laugh, but it's honestly true. Like, hopefully you'll understand where we're coming from when you watch it tomorrow. Like, she's just head and shoulders above like pretty much everybody else. Someone was asking, is it a glow up from UMK? Like, I wouldn't say it's a glow, but there wasn't for me that much to glow up. I think like we did have maybe kind of notes at the time, Connor, where we said could more happen in the beginning, but I did feel watching it tonight that she's so engaging. She's such a good presence. You can't take your eyes off her. The outfit works, the styling works. I love the just pure white across the stage. It's like she's on this runway and she's charging down it with such purpose.
It's probably been glowed up in not your typical glow up way, as you would describe it. Like, you know, it's been completely revamped or anything like that. It's been glowed up for Eurovision in terms of, you know, improvements of what was already there. So I think, yes, in a sense, there's been a glow up, but not in a revamp context. You know?
So there we have it, Finland. Susie says, so according to you, we have Greece, Luxembourg and Finland as 100% going through, and probably Austria, Australia and Lithuania. So 4 spots up for grabs amongst the rest.
Jesus. Latvia.
Latvia is in, I think.
Malta's
Was
in.
Malta in there?
Malta be in.
Malta's in.
Israel's in, so that's another one. 4.
They said Finland, didn't they? Yeah.
Who's the last one?
Germany. Jokes. Ireland could get in on that 10th. It could. It just depends on that recap.
It depends if people go for Czechia or not, I think.
Czechia.
I think Czechia, for me, I had Greece out originally and Czechia in. I think they've swapped. I think Czechia is now the one that is on the border and could slip, whereas Greece has gone in. I just think vocally Czechia is a bit weaker. So I think that could replace. I also said Serbia was out. Oh, sorry, Serbia was in, and I think I put Luxembourg out. Probably swap them too. So yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking so far. That's so good.
Will they use the anti-booing effect tomorrow? Do you think? Yeah,
Sorry,
I
will you
think
just
so.
say that again, louder? Because I know going back on editing, I'll have to amp up your mic.
I'm sorry, Connor. I'm
just like, I don't
sorry.
want to be up so late editing
I'm
videos.
sorry, babe. I'm so
Loud
sorry.
and clear, please.
Will they use it?
Loud and
We
clear.
need to go to
loud and
bed.
clear.
Will they use the anti-booing effect tomorrow? Do you think? Yes.
Yes. And can I just say, major vocal fuck up tonight, which was great to see. But anyway, yes, to answer your question, will there be anti-booing effect tonight?
This is like, I know it sounds like a little thing, but if they are truly muting the audience this year, it's killing off the great atmosphere you get through the TV from the audience. Imagine Rim Tim Taggy Dim last year if you didn't have that swell of whoa, or Caria the year before with the cha cha cha. Like, we want to feel the arena through the television. Can we start holding up signs that say boo instead? They probably confiscated off you.
But like, they're stripping Eurovision back in so many different ways. Like, you know, in terms of fan media, you're getting less access. There's not much as a build up for fans as there used to be. Now, if you're taking away the live audience effect, like you are really stripping fan engagement with the contest back. You know, that's what makes Eurovision so special is the fans. So you can't even hear them and replacing it with artificial sound. Like, audience members can read through that so well. They'll be like, that's the same sound that they played for, you know, 3 songs before. That's the same girl screaming at the same time for that song than that song. So I just don't know why. Well, I know why they're doing it, but you know, it's just detrimental to the contest. Is there no audience noises at all that would probably hurt Ireland at the Bam Bam part?
Very little.
In the live streams for the press on Monday and tonight on Wednesday, it seems to be like zero sound from the audience. Live on Tuesday, there was a bit more, and I don't know if it's just because it's a louder audience because it maybe hardcore fans in the arena. But I'll have to judge it tonight with a proper feed, or probably tomorrow night. Sorry, and with a proper feed.
Angus was in the arena and says, I'll say the arena was kind of quiet today, though, only livened up for Finland and Germany. So that actually makes sense based on what we saw. And you're right, like, it did liven up a bit on the Tuesday. It could be maybe more local people have tickets for the rehearsals, and it's more Euro fans with OJE packages and stuff for the live show. So here's hoping. I can't fucking see anything played after every song. I love that clip. Soon everyone will just send in music videos, same engagement level. Honestly, like, you could go back to the old live on tapes that we had in bloody COVID, you know?
Yeah.
If you're not oh yeah, Angus, please tell us, are the audience shouting can't? Because I was absolutely enraged earlier, and then apparently there was something online that people just weren't shouting it in the arena. If so, bad Euro fans. Bad Euro fans. And someone asked earlier, I think it was ESE 101, yeah, you don't hear the yum yum for Australia, which again, very annoying for them to not have that audience interaction back. Angus says, I was, but not much at all.
Fake fans.
Must be locals then. Must be. There will be can't. There will be can't served. So there we have it. That's semi-final 2 in a nutshell. Connor and I think the majority of them are non-qualifying apparently. So make of that what you
So
will.
we're bringing
It's
back
gonna
a
be
few
quite
countries
final.
from semi-final 1. They're replacing them.
Oh, who would you bring back? Belgium.
I bring back Belgium. I bring back Croatia.
I bring back Cyprus.
Oh, geez, leave that poor man. That man was killed off on Tuesday with the scaffolding.
Hush.
Jesus. I'm sorry, Sam. Sorry, Sam. We're trying to get rid of it. Malta's serving can't. Yes, true, Andy. James O'Connor, if they have no audience sounds, they could at least let the artists have some audience sounds and backing track. Very true. Very, very true. The original deck think Malta will be the shock NQ from this semi. It's not off the cards based on tonight's performance. If there's no cant being heard, vocally it was a bit all over the place, and people might think it's too sexual. So there is a world that it could happen, but I think it is strong enough to get through. But there is a chance that it could end Q. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked, lads.
Jack, you're my MVP of this evening. Thank you so much for joining. Honestly, I'm going to sleep well tonight. My tummy hurts after laughing so much. So thank you so much. And yeah, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We've had a bit of crack.
Yeah.
I had said I want to
was
go
gonna
by a
say.
certain time, and then the chat happened, but we are going to head off because we do need to go to bed.
Yes,
and
and
wrap
tomorrow
up.
night is a big night because obviously it's semi-final 2 live, and we will have the final 10 countries going through to the final from semi-final 2, and we'll see Ireland's fate. Ultimately, will our journey be continuing, or is this the end of the road for Like a Party? Is that spaceship crashing, or is it heading to the final? That's the big question. But again, lads, thank you so much for listening and watching us tonight. Of course, if you missed tonight's live stream and want to catch up with On The Go, it is available as a podcast in the early hours of the morning. We will have some more exclusive content in the podcast. We're going to be having an interview with Michael Keeley. Alex Basmati chatted with him in Basel this afternoon. We'll also be chatting with more fan media press tomorrow morning as well in the podcast with Alex Basmati too. And and if you want to tune in tomorrow night after semi-final 2 for more fun and jokes, I guess. We'll see how depressed we are tomorrow night. We could either be very, very sad or very, very happy depending on the results. But be sure to tune in after semi-final 2 at around 10:30, possibly a bit later tomorrow night. And as well, follow us on Instagram, Airvision Podcast, on TikTok, Airvision Podcast, X, Twitter, Airvision Pod, and also email us airvisionpodcast@gmail.com. And if you love what we do and would like to support us, you can also support us on Buy Me a Coffee, buymeacoffee.com/Airvision. All the links are on our link tree on our social profiles as well. So head over there and tune in. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, follow, comment, like the video. Airvision Podcast on Spotify. Oh! Woo! Fucking hell. And that's what your Buy Me a Coffees can do for us. We have more effects than half the performances tonight.
For the
in
audio,
semi-final two.
for the audio listeners, the live stream, I gave a thumbs up and just loads of fireworks came up. In case you're wondering why we were
That's
roaring.
so weird. What the fuck? Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Oh, there
There it goes again.
That's really cool. Jeez, we should do that tomorrow night if we qualify.
I'm gonna be dreaming about that. Now.
Jesus. Lads, for Spotify and Apple Podcast listeners, please like and we'll say it later. Fuck that. Go to bed. Fucking tired, lads.
We love you guys.
Love
Thank
you,
you for
lads.
joining.
See you
Kiss,
tomorrow
goodbye.
night. See you tomorrow. Good night.